Caleb Williams, however, is the top prospect in this draft, Mel?
Yes, he is. And 2022 did it, Rich. That was the year where he was spectacular. He had the O-line. He had Jordan Addison. This year, he didn't have the offensive line. It was bad, okay? And we got a kid here at the Baltimore Ravens. I said, with the Baltimore Ravens, I'm in here in the land of pleasant living, right? With crab cakes and everything. And Andrew Voorhees, injured combine, redshirted, medical redshirt this year with the injury, now going to be a starting guard for the Ravens more than likely. Not on that line, obviously. That line was not good. No Jordan Addison. To me, you go from the Notre Dame game on, it wasn't the best of Caleb Williams. But 2020, 22, and even early in 2023 proved how great he can be. So, again, he's going to be the number one pick overall. The debate's going to be moving forward at 2 and 3 and even 4 and 5 because there's other quarterbacks that teams may trade up to get.
And so going through your mock draft, latest version of it, Mel Kiper Jr., you have the Washington Commanders choosing Jaden Daniels over Drake May. Why do you feel that way?
I feel strongly about that one, Rich. Jaden did everything right. I mean, he did not have that off game. It wasn't a game where he didn't have his best stuff. Talk about that with pitchers in Major League Baseball. He had it every week. He did against Alabama 2 years in a row. He added weight to that frame. He became a guy who could keep his eyes up and he could see the field. He trusted what he saw. He trusted his arm. He trusted his receivers this year. And he did a great job. And he was a dual threat quarterback who was aggressive running. He was aggressive throwing, Rich. And guess what he didn't do? He didn't turn the ball over with interceptions or fumbles. So he was the guy, aggressive, yet being a guy who didn't shoot his offense in the foot. Bottom line is Drake May going into the year looked like he would challenge Caleb possibly. That was accurate because he had a really good 2022, but coordinator moved on to Wisconsin. Josh Downs moved on to the Indianapolis Colts where he had a heck of a rookie year. Didn't have Tez Walker early on, and he was just off. There was 3 games, Rich, late in the year where he didn't have his best stuff even close to it. Virginia, NC State, Clemson, even the Miami game, there were some throws he could have made, he didn't make. Some of the throws he did make, there's no excuse for. So he's got the longer delivery than you would prefer. He's young. I think he needs like the Mahomes year, Rich. He needs a year to tweak that delivery, speed it up a little bit, and settle in. He's still young. He needs some work. Mahomes sat for a year behind Alex Smith, and then he traded Alex Smith. I don't think you want Drake May to start from day one this year. Now, we say that about all these quarterbacks, and they all do, but Drake May you would like to see handled like Patrick Mahomes was in Kansas City.
And then there's J.J. McCarthy, 21 years old, lost only 1 game at Michigan. We all know, obviously, his resume. Where do you think he's the best fit?
Yeah, he was the toughest player for me to evaluate by far, Rich. It's a quarterback that I kept saying to people in August, that's the guy we got to really watch, right? Mm-hmm. And every game, you know it, you're Michigan, Rich, the offensive line went 9 deep. They had 2 running backs. They had the tight end. They had Roman Wilson. They had a defense. J.J. McCarthy wasn't asked to be the guy every week. He had plenty of guys around him to get it done. Penn State game, doesn't throw a pass. We know all about that. But in the national title game, he did have to make some plays. With his legs, he kept that drive he kept alive, and he flipped field position was a key. A couple of throws he made should have been caught. He made plays when he had to. He's got Josh Allen type competitiveness. He threw very few interceptions. That's the problem is the ones he did throw, Rich, as you know, were very memorable. The 2 in the semifinal game, pick 6s. The one before the half against Maryland, which kind of got Maryland some momentum going to halftime, made that a tight game for a while. Then the 3 against Bowling Green. Other than that, he didn't throw interceptions. And he's got tremendous athleticism. He's 219 pounds now. We saw him beat defenses with his legs. Doesn't have the great arm, but it's certainly good enough. J.J. McCarthy is intriguing because we never saw him put a team on his back. But could he go 6 to the Giants and reset it there and let Daniel have the year, but have him as the heir apparent? Could they do that? Could somebody trade up like Minnesota? Denver doesn't have a 2, so it'll be tough for them. JJ is a tough one to really figure. He's going to go in the top 11. Where he's going to go right now, I have no idea.
Where do you think Penix winds up? Where do you think him?
Tough one because of the injuries, Rich. The injuries at Indiana, the national title game wasn't anywhere close to what he's capable of. He needs to have a clean pocket to throw from. When he doesn't, he's off platform, he's not as accurate. We saw that in the national title game. So he needs the right fit, right situation. Probably, I think, more late first if somebody trades in, that's what they do now, tend to do, late first, trade back in, or early to mid second round. So where Will Levis went last year, which was a steal for the Tennessee Titans, a guy who I thought should have been a top 5, top 10 pick. So again, we'll see on Michael Penix Jr., but it's really the durability, the injuries. And then certainly the last thing we saw wasn't him at his best in that national title game against Michigan.
So why do you put Bo Nix to Denver at pick dozen? What do you
because
like
of the Sean Payton, Drew Brees comp. And I hate comps, Rich, but I was sitting in the office a couple of weeks ago and I'm thinking, Sean Payton doesn't have a 2. He's in a division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. He's in a conference with Josh Allen, Lamar, Burrow, and all these great quarterbacks. He can't just have Jarrett Stidham. Now Russell Wilson's gone. Jarrett Stidham's the quarterback. He's not going to be able to trade up because he doesn't have a 2. Who is the quarterback that most resembles Drew Brees? And I looked at the numbers, hand size, same. 6'1" Drew, 6'2" Penix, 24 years of age, professional, has all, you talk about accuracy, 77% this year, 72% his first year at Oregon, 2022. He's got tons of starts at Auburn and Oregon. His father, quarterback, coach. He came up in that environment of football since he was born. He accurate, like I said, doesn't have the arm, the big time arm shot. To Drew Brees? No, he didn't. That's why he was the first pick in the second round. I think if you're looking for the Sean Payton type quarterback, it would be Bo Nix. So that's why I did that. Didn't hear it from anybody, Rich. It was just putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.